Do you sometimes feel, have you ever felt, that Jesus is taking a nap in your boat? Have you ever had trouble waking him up? Is he snoozing and taking a long time to calm whatever are the storms you find yourself in? Does it irk you that with all you're going through, his head is on a pillow? Do you sometimes even wonder, is he on board? That's pretty much the scene in today's gospel. And it might seem at first glance that this story is about Jesus doing miracles, calming the storms, which he certainly does here. But I wonder if the most important line in this gospel story might easily slip right by us. It's right at the beginning. Here it is. Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side. Let's change things up. Let's move to another place, a different place. Things are changing. I'm going with you." What happens next? As soon as he says this, a violent squall comes up. Waves break over the boat, and the boat starts shipping water. Peril. Not that Jesus didn't know this was going to happen. He was inviting his friends into the squall, into the storm, into the treacherous seas. Aren't times of change often the stormy times in your life and in mine? Times when the squall comes up and the boat starts shipping water just when you least need that kind of thing to happen. Times like a change in health or some change in our family situation. A change in the things that help us feel secure. A change in the future we had planned for ourselves. Changes in the lives of the people we love and care for. Sometimes in the storm, in the squall, in the change, you call out for God's help, you call out for Jesus, but you don't hear an answer from him. It seems like he's asleep. He seems silent when we need him the most. And you begin to wonder, and you begin to say, just like the guys in the gospel story, "Lord, don't you care?" Is there a more real line in the scriptures than that comes right from our hearts as well? Lord, don't you care? Don't you care that my marriage is a mess? Don't you care that my kids are in trouble? Don't you care that my mother has cancer? Don't you care that I'm still unemployed, that I'm almost broke? Don't you care that I'm alone and afraid? Don't you care that my nation is divided in two? That people are dying in wars around the world? Don't you care that so many are homeless and hungry? Don't you care that the church is torn and divided? Lord, don't you care? Well, if we were able to rouse Jesus from his nap, what might his answer be to us? I think it might go something like this. Take it easy. I'm with you. I'm in your boat. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through the storm, through the change. We're going to get to the other side. We're going to get there together. I'm with you even if I don't jump up and answer you and make everything right all of a sudden. I'm with you even when you take on water. I'm with you even if you get thrown overboard. I'm here with you, and I'm here for you. The question posed and answered in this gospel story isn't so much, will Jesus perform a miracle and calm my stormy sea? Well, the real question is, do I believe and trust that Jesus is with me even and especially when things are at their worst? Even when I can't see the other side? Can't see where this is all heading? Can't see where I'm going to end up? Can't see through the storm clouds? From what disaster here does Jesus really save his friends? He does calm the storm, but he does something much more important. He saves them from their lack of faith and trust in him, which for a follower of Christ is a disaster much bigger than a storm at sea. Stories like this might tempt us to approach Jesus as a dispenser of miracles to save us in such times. But that's not what Jesus offers or promises. What he offers is the fidelity of a real friend through thick and thin. What he promises is to be with us in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, in fair weather and storms, even through death. The one miracle Christ promises every faithful follower is that he will go with us through the storm of death, crossing over with us to the other side, where there will be life and peace forever. I think we do seem to understand that even when we do pray for a miracle and no miracle comes, we don't give up usually. Somehow we make it past that. We know that Christ himself prayed to be spared his suffering in the garden on the night before he died. He asked to be spared the storm of the passion, the suffering, and the death that would be his the following day. But that did not keep him from trusting in his Father's love. Did not keep him from his passage, his safe passage through death to life forever. Every week, you and I, we come to this altar from the squalls and the storms that we've been riding through all week, through the winds and the waves of our own lives. We come here to remember and to celebrate the story of Jesus' suffering and death, his stormy time. We come here to share in the peaceful calm that is already ours in the gift and the peace of communion with him at this table. So, no matter how bad the storm may be this week, let us keep faith and trust in Jesus, whom even the wind and the sea obey, who has power even over life and death.